rage focusing on Democrats punting a vote on the Bush tax cuts. But did you know that states are already slapping Americans with the largest tax hikes in over 30 years, folks? Are those the taxes we need to cut right now? Well, hi, everybody. I'm Cheryl Casoni, and welcome to Cashin In. Our Cashin crew this week, we've got Jonathan Honig, Tracy Burns, and you remember this guy, our buddy, he's back, John Layfield. Hey, John. Also joining us, radio talk show host Mark Levine for the entire half hour. Welcome to everybody. John, I'm going to start with you. I've missed you. We haven't seen state taxes jump this high since Jimmy Carter was in office. You say cut them now to help the economy. Why do you say that?
You have to. Look at 1937. You raise taxes in a recession. The one thing you do is you push the economy further in a recession. And this isn't about taxes. Look at Texas versus California. This is a perfect example. California has huge taxes. They have huge government. They also have huge unemployment. They have unfunded pension liabilities that they will never meet. They are writing IOUs to creditors. They are passing off debt. They're asking state employees to take furloughs. They're also running a $6 billion deficit. Compare that to Texas. No state income tax, low corporate tax rate. Texas is running a $9 billion surplus, low unemployment, and Texas has a completely full rainy day fund. These other states need to come to Texas, or President Obama needs to come to Texas, sit at the feet of Governor Perry, and listen how to run a state and a country, because we're doing great down here.
And you'll eat well in Texas. Try the catfish. I recommend it, Tracy. But let's talk about New Jersey, where you're at. It's the opposite end here of the spectrum. Property taxes. Jersey City, up 22%. This modest little town in Jersey getting hammered.
Right. And John's right. You know, we need to lower state taxes, but to your point, Cheryl, about Jersey, we're in such a mess right now, we can't. Even though Governor Christie recently just came out and said he wants to bring them from 9% down to 6%, these states are so broke. Utah's doing it right as well. They're lower taxes, they're bringing business in. But then you get states like Washington, even Florida state, considering actually implementing a state tax because they don't know how else to raise money and get themselves out of the mess they've made over all these years.
And you know, Mark, I was looking at the numbers. In fiscal 2010, 29 states raising taxes at the state level, $24 billion more. That's a lot of money, Mark.
It is. And John and Tracy, now they want to cut taxes, but when the Republicans voted, every single one of them in February 2009, to force the states to raise their taxes, they opposed it. What was in the Obama stimulus package? It was aid to the states. Obama wanted to cut state and local taxes, and every single Republican voted to raise them. Well, you know, I argued then and I argue now that prolongs the recession.
You think it prolongs the recession, Jonathan, but I think, and a lot of folks think, that maybe by helping out those top earners, they will contribute to the economy. And the top earners in places like California, New York, and New Jersey, Connecticut, even Oregon, are getting hit on the state level as well as the federal level.
Cheryl, they're getting annihilated. I mean, Jesus, in New York, you're talking about a total top tax rate in excess of 51%. Imagine that. So you work from January 1st till July, then you start to make $1 for yourself or for your small business. And I think that the panel's right. Taxes are taxes. Doesn't matter whether it is state, local, federal, or whatever. It's not being used to fund the courts, the police. You know, it's not being used to fight militant Islam. Cheryl, it's being redistributed. It's being sent to the unions, to entitlement programs. I think that's what's so disheartening. Hey, everyone wants to grow the economy. You don't do that by sending more money to government bureaucrats and taking it out of the private system.
You know, and John, you know, going back to the state of Texas for a minute here, you know, no state income. I mean, you've got an issue in that, in Texas in particular, where real estate, for example, has actually been fairly stable compared to the rest of the country. What are they doing right there that the rest of the states aren't getting?
They have a fiscally sound, responsible government. Look, in Dallas right here, you have 30% of electricity being produced by wind energy. Texas isn't known for that. You have a sound government. And to Mark's point, I love when you're talking about extremists from left or right. If you don't agree with the message, go after the messenger. Oh, the Republicans did it. Forget the fact of the message.
You know they did. You supported them doing it.
I don't care. Mark,
We've
Mark,
discussed
get this. I don't care. I don't care who put us into this mess. I understand this. We have a $192 billion shortfall among states right now. Now, if you take all of the rich, which you guys hate so badly, because apparently in this country, if you make money, you're an evil person. Take all of the richest taxable income, all of it from 2006. It accounts for only $1.3 trillion. That doesn't even cover the deficit. You can take all of their money.
So, John, you and I agree that
the problem is sound,
you and I agree to condemn Damn the
government.
Republicans
They have it
for
down here
forcing
in
these
Texas.
taxes to go
They
up.
have it in Virginia. They don't have any of it in Washington, D.C. I don't care if you call them Republicans or Democrats. None of them have it.
Mark,
Every
respond, Mark.
Democrat voted to make the states lower their taxes. Every Republican voted to force the states to raise their taxes.
Mark,
Let's all be clear. You want to vote out the bums that
Wrong.
raise their taxes? Vote out the Republicans.
Wrong.
All right, let me bring in Tracy.
Mark,
Mark, where's all this federal spending? It is so improperly dispersed that states have no choice but to raise taxes right now. There are shortfalls left and right. Because
Right,
this
that's my
so-called
point,
stimulus
Tracy.
money that your people sent is
We
nowhere to
wanted
be
to-
found. It is nowhere to be
Mark,
found, and
Look,
to
the
do it again
Republicans
is
cut
crazy.
the money to the states. All of you know it. No one
No.
has disputed it.
No.
And if they hadn't
well,
cut it,
well,
states wouldn't have had to raise their
You know,
taxes.
Cheryl.
Jonathan's
well, I'm not going to
disputing
listen.
anything.
Well, I'm not going to defend the Republicans. Certainly, Mark's right. They spend a lot of money too. But the Democrats' whole political platform is spend money, is redistribute. I mean, is higher taxes. Their whole philosophy is that wealth is public, and that it's their philosophy, it's their idea to kind of allocate it in a more rational way.
Well,
so, I mean, if you believe that philosophy, support the Democrats.
But to Jonathan's point, we're going to start to see these states getting bailed out any day now. California first
They
to go.
need to
Illinois,
be, or they're going
these
to
are-
raise your taxes.
Well, they're
right?
already
That's
doing
why
that.
we have to bail
So,
them out.
so I should be paying for California because they can't take care of a budget. I should be paying
every
for all
state.
these states that
And-
don't know what they're
and-
doing.
and
Bad enough
look,
I'm paying for my own states.
Guys.
Right.
Guys, if Mark, I'm begging you, please. This tabloid sensation from the left wing, from the right wing, is what's wrong with America right now. You're not using any facts whatsoever. $695 billion has what's gone to the states this year. $60 billion out of this stimulus is going to cover it. And the reason the states, just like the housing crisis, I mind you, the reason the states have not had any fiscal responsible government is because they've used money that we've borrowed from China. You can keep going to China and tell these states, you don't have to you don't have to balance your budget.
Recession.
But the problem is, at some point, facts, Mark, facts.
The country
I understand the
let's talk
Republicans
facts.
stink.
Guys,
The
hold on,
facts
guys, just a
are-
second. Let me point out something that's really critical here, and this is the discussion we're having about the states and the state. Obviously, budgets across the country, unless you talk about Texas, have a lot of issues. But I think, Jonathan,
Texas
the
is
point
in
here. But I think, Jonathan, I think the point here is that if you're talking about raising taxes at the federal level across, and particularly on the top earners, Jonathan, 58% of Americans are telling us right now they oppose tax increases of any sort, and that's at the federal level. Then you look at the state level, Jonathan, and that's where you're really getting kicked down the can, excuse me. Because you
Exactly, Cheryl. I mean, enormous tax burdens. And keep in mind, I know no one likes paying taxes, but it's your life. It's your productive effort that's being more and more allocated for the public good. I think that's the philosophy that people are fighting here. Not the sense that, yes, we need a government, we need a military, we need the proper role of government, but to redistribute all this income for entitlement programs, for unions. I think that's where people say, wait a minute, this has got to stop and stop right now.
And I want to go back to one point, Mark, that you brought up. You're basically saying here that we need to raise taxes to fund the next bailout. Is that
No. I am not saying that. Not at all.
I want to clarify
I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is Republicans voted to raise taxes in February '09 in state and local governments across the country. It harmed the recession. Today, we would have a middle-class tax cut right now if Republicans didn't insist on giving $100,000 to every millionaire. All right? 98% of Americans got money from the Obama tax cuts. Republicans, not Democrats, want to raise your taxes.
That's got nothing
And you
to do
want
with
your taxes
deficits.
lower, throw the Republicans out.
Zero to do with deficits, Mark. I'm not a Republican. I'm an independent. I don't care what they did.
So
Zero
throw
to do
the
with
Republicans
deficits. You give
out.
these
Then
guys $1
raise your
trillion.
taxes.
They're going to spend $1.5 trillion. It's not the tax side. It's the spend side.
All right, guys. Woo, John Layfield on a roll this morning. Coming up, everybody, right now in D.C.